Bet you didn't see this one coming. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to talk about Strider SMFs. And it's all going to be positive on the Apostle P channel. Yeah, really. Stay tuned. Hi gang, Rob here. It's the evening of 28 August 2014 and there's a trend I've been seeing, and while I have two examples of said trend at the sharpening bench, I thought I would talk about it with you. You've heard me talk a little bit about Strider knives on this channel, and well, I've kind of poked a little fun at them. I've called them unnecessarily big and bulky for the tiny amount of cutting edge that you get, and I've called them crude and kind of made fun of their fit and finish and their action and their lockup and all that stuff. Called them a $400 beater knife. And I have to tell you, here in the end of the third quarter 2014, I think Mick and Dwayne have gotten tired of having these discussions, because apparently the noses have been to the grindstones and the quality is improving, and I mean a lot. Pretty cool. I got this example from my customer Shem up in Minnesota. Both these are concealed carry. This is a black G10 stonewashed blade in CPM 154 steel. This is your full flat ground variety. And then from my customer Sarge, we've got the new 3/4 grind in CPM S110V, a steel that I'm sort of warming up to. And this 3/4 grind is hollow and it's really thin behind the edge. Kind of interesting. It thickens just a bit at the heel. This one I have not sharpened yet, by the way. Thickens a little bit at the heel and a little bit at the tip, but this belly and the main slicing area of the knife, super thin, way thinner than the flat ground version. Although the flat ground version, this one's sharpened at 17 degrees with a 20-degree micro. Not super thick, still a pretty darn good slicer for a huge knife. I'm really excited to sharpen this and then to do a little bit of initial sharpness testing with it. I'm really expecting good things. And check this one out in that beautiful coyote brown concealed carry. The grain of that G10 just comes out so nicely in that coyote. But there's two things I wanted to talk about that are worth note in a positive way about Strider. First of all is the mechanics. As of third quarter 2014, both these knives are free droppers. Look at that thing. With zero blade play. And I'm not locked up, guys. I'm down on the ball detent. There's no side-to-side play. No up and down play. Lockup is absolute perfection at about 30%. No stick. A little bit of stick, but nothing out of the ordinary. I'd rather have stick than slip. Just let you know it's there. Centering. Take a look. Perfection. Let's look at this one. Lock up a little deeper, about 50%. Never going to hear me complain about that. No stick on that one. Maybe if I bury a little bit if I have pressure on the lock bar. And another free dropper. Let's look at the centering on the black one. Huh. And let's check blade play. Absolutely none. Perfect lockup, perfect pivot, perfect parallelism. These knives are rock solid and perfect centering on both examples. I mean, guys, these are all things that we've complained about for years with Strider knives, and they're getting them right. And these aren't SMGs, these are SMFs, the big ones, where it's tougher to get this stuff right. They're just doing a great job. It's making me want to buy one. Yeah, you heard me. It's making me want to buy one. Even though I'm left-handed. By the way, these carry great in the left pocket. Maybe better than the right pocket. Now I want to talk about something Strider really has always gotten right, and it's worth mentioning, and I haven't mentioned it before, and I kind of owe it to them. These guys can grind. And as a sharpener, I notice things about grinds that aren't perfect that most users wouldn't notice, because when I start taking metal off a factory edge with an Edge Pro, the Edge Pro doesn't lie. It's a precision fixed angle system, especially on a knife with a belly profile like this. If you think about how that Edge Pro works with the pivot point up here in space somewhere, as you move around an arc, if that knife goes straight, when you get out here to the right, your angle is going to decrease. In the center, it's going to increase. But if you have a belly that kind of follows the radius of the Edge Pro, you're going to reveal things. And I noticed this on every flat ground Strider I've ever done. Just take a look with me. Look at how broad the edge is from the base through the belly out to the tip. It barely changes, if at all. And when you set it on the table, on the Edge Pro table, it doesn't rock, it doesn't wobble. It's perfectly flat with a nice amount of distal taper. And the thickness behind the edge is super, super consistent. As I said, on the hollow ground 3/4 grind, not quite so much. Thinner in the middle, thicker at the tip, a little thicker at the base. But they grind a blade really, really well. And they grind it designed to be sharpened. I have made fun of this, finger choil, then sharpening choil. So, 3 inches from the handle, the cutting edge starts, not that far, but it's a solid inch on an SMF. But this big old notch here is so functional. To get to the base of your cutting edge, you're not riding on the very edge of your stone, then trying to make sure you compensate by taking some mini passes back here so your edge bevel looks decent and gets uniformly sharp all the way to the base. You can hang the edge of the stone way off over here, a lot like a Sabenza, and then sort of wipe that heel, and you don't have to spend a lot of time doing extra work back here at the base. It's a sharpener's dream. And if I notice that, and I sharpen on average 2 knives a day every day, imagine how much easier it's going to be for the user who's trying to sharpen this with a field kit and make it come out right. I can make a badly ground blade come out right. This knife is really easy for somebody who doesn't get a lot of practice to make come out right. So, Strider love on the Apostle P channel. Did you ever think you would see the day? I didn't. The rude, crude beast, the Strider SMF, is becoming a precision cutting tool. Good job, Strider. That's all for tonight, my friends. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the Word and Shem's SMF are sharp.